The Syracuse City School District, the graduation rate is something that is talked about all the time. It hasn't, it did increase a little bit, last year. The hopes is that it will continue to increase, because when you're a district that serves 20,000 or 20,000 plus students, you can't afford to not graduate half of them. So that's something that the city is working on. There's Syracuse City School District is under new leadership, so I'm very hopeful that that will continue to move in the right direction, and that students will not only graduate, but that they will graduate just like you guys, college and career ready. I believe that a city, a country, a nation's best resources are its people. And you have to take care of your people, and you have to provide them with opportunities, because if you don't, then you will find things like I also went to the University of Albany, and when I was at the University of Albany, there's a little city called Troy, New York. And Troy, New York was bankrupt. I had never, ever heard of a city being bankrupt before. But I look at Syracuse and I look at where it's at, and it scares me that, Syracuse may, if nothing happens soon, that it may end up on that same track and be bankrupt. But if Syracuse is bankrupt, it will impact every suburb around it, because the universities are there. Syracuse University is there. Lemoyne College is there. You have the hospitals are there. You have so many staples in that city that if those things start to move away, that not only will the city of Syracuse collapse, but everything around the city will collapse also. So it is extremely important that the city is addressed, the economic issue is addressed, the inclusion issue is addressed, and that we look at all of our residents in Syracuse as resources and assets, and help them to be able to, one, get a better education, two, be able to get good paying jobs, so that they can come in and they can own their own houses and not live in an apartment where you have to stuff your window with blankets to try to keep the warmth in and the cold out. We got to look at every possible resource to get people employed, get people educated. As an educator, I think one of the most important things that have to be done is the youth have to be addressed. They have to be educated. They have to be, built up, and they have to understand that they are more than just going to school to work. And your generation, as we learned here, and I learned very quickly here in the college and career pathways that Miss Ludwig presents and facilitates once, I think it's like 4 times a year, quarterly, that the job market is changing, and the likelihood that you guys are going to be entrepreneurs is highly likely. Like, you'll be doing more freelance stuff, moving from job to job, location to location. And so understanding finances, having a good education, being able to branch out on your own and start your own business, and having the confidence to do that, and knowing that there are people in the city that can actually afford whatever your product is, that you're selling. So whether you're working for someone else or whether you're working for yourself, that you have the ability to do all of the above. And it doesn't matter, what your race is. It doesn't matter, what your social economic status was as a kid. What matters is that you have a drive, and you have a good education, and you can put, you can present a product that other people might want, and a service that other people, would need. So, was that all the only question? 'Cause